We need to boycott everything South Africa. It starts with your MTN SIM card, your BB Niger, voting, subscription to DSTV, and a lot of companies that has to do with South Africa. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. If this is your first time, thank you so much for stopping. If you have been watching and you're still contemplating whether you want to subscribe or not, what are you waiting for? Please click the subscribe button down below and turn on the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever I upload a video. I believe xenophobia going on in South Africa is no more news to anyone in Nigeria, in Africa, and all over the world at large. But I want to also speak about this because I've been trying to watch everything unfold and the response of both Nigerian government and the South African government to this xenophobic attack, and I'm telling you, I came across some very cringe-worthy videos from people that call themselves leaders, and it's so disappointing to come across this kind of video. I'm going to quickly give you a little background, even though you know that this has been going on before, but I still want to make my video about it. I wasn't around, I traveled, and I came back. I'm still trying to watch and see where this thing is going. And today I'm glad that Nigerian Foreign Minister has announced that there's going to be a plane free travel for everyone that wants to come back home from South Africa, which is a really great news for people that really wants to come back because of all these things going on in South Africa. This xenophobia has been going on in South Africa for a while now, and I remember a while back, I think last year, when they killed one businesswoman that went to South Africa due to a xenophobia attack as well, and Showore, which by the way is still in prison till now because he was asking for a revolution. That's another story entirely, but this man spoke about this situation and how government has been taking this with levity in the past, because that wasn't the first time as well. Xenophobia attack has been going on in South Africa forever. Listen and hear what he said when they killed that woman.
We're sad to be here tonight to do this candlelight procession on behalf of a very industrious mother in Nigeria who was killed brutally in South Africa. Nigerians are experiencing this level of brutality globally. They are getting killed every day, almost in every part of the world. And it is important that Nigerians are protected everywhere by governments of countries where Nigerians might be resident, whether they are legal or illegal immigrants. And nobody deserves to be killed or slaughtered or be maltreated or tortured. But we must state very categorically that the respect citizens get abroad are usually as a result of the respect they get at home. Our government is also actively helping negligently to kill Nigerians on a daily basis. Either it is directly by police in the name of SARS, or by headsmen, kidnappers, robbers, assassins, or through hunger, starvation, and the policies of government. But let me explain to Nigerians that you also cannot put an end to this without doing something about the killer government at home. There's no question about it, except we have a government that respects our fundamental human rights wherever we be, a government that believes that we have dignity, and government that will not even go out on international platforms and claim that Nigerians are lazy and scammers, which make them susceptible to these state actors and non-state actors who brutally kill our people and denigrate them. We will not have the respect we deserve, and we'll keep seeing this type of very despicable, sad and depressing situation.
He is basically referring to when Buhari said the Nigerian youths are lazy, and meanwhile, his government refused to provide the job opportunities for all these people. So, since this xenophobic attack, I've seen a lot of horrific videos, but I'm not going to share any gory details of all these killings and everything because I believe most of you have seen the video everywhere on social media. It is so funny how Buhari called the Nigerian youth lazy, and these youth are the same set of people traveling to South Africa looking for jobs and working there. Because I remember I saw an interview with this thug called Gaddafi in South Africa.
You go to Johannesburg right now, every corner you go to, it's a foreign person that's working there. That foreign person where he's working, it's a job for a South African who was supposed to be working there. South Africans now, they are dependent on grant money and money from government. It's not that people, they don't want to work. The people, they want to work, but there are no jobs there because the foreigners, they are taking our jobs. So obviously we are gonna rob them.
This neighborhood is controlled by gangs. Even the police don't dare enter the slum, which is built on top of a dump. Only drugs help make the residents' lives more bearable. They project their frustrations onto foreigners who they believe are better off.
I have to do this thing. If I don't do it, then my family will suffer and my gang will not eat. You see how many troops and soldiers I have? My soldiers must eat. They must smoke, my soldiers. So what will my soldiers smoke if I don't have anything?
We start doing it, we pray.
We'll eat you alive, my friend, and we'll pray to the Lord to forgive us because He knows we don't have jobs.
Gaddafi guy who is actually a thug and doesn't have any job to do. He's not ready to work. His boys are not ready to work. He's like all these touts that lives on people's money, that asks for money from people, steal, robs, and do all sorts of things. And I'm thinking to myself, how can somebody come on TV and say something like this about your brother and sister? Because I don't know how African will be calling another African a foreigner. Irrespective of them taking their jobs, this guy has this to say about how Nigerians are creating job opportunities in South Africa. Listen and I'll come back with the rest of my commentary.
My company has like 10 staff. Among all these 10 staff, they are all South Africa. They are all South Africa. It's just me alone and my partner that is in Nigeria. Then what else do you guys want us to do? We create job. We came to create job for them. We're not like stealing job from them.
But at the same time, I'm not surprised because when I heard their vice minister of police said this thing, then I'm not surprised with what is coming out of this mouth, which shows me that their government knew about this whole thing going on with the killing of Nigerians. Is more or less like an effort to frustrate them out of South Africa. This is what the Vice Minister of Police has to say about the whole situation. Listen and I'll come back with the rest of my commentary.
You won't find South Africans in other countries dominating a city into 80%. We are surrendering our land. And it is not xenophobia to talk truth. We fought for this land. From a white minority, we cannot surrender it to the foreigners now.
Pure criminality, people looting and all that, and using that as a xenophobia. But for now, there is nothing that has sparked any form of this conflict between South Africans and the foreign nationals. So we're dealing with criminality rather than xenophobia at the present moment.
I'm going to try as much as possible not to bore you with every details of this story because I know every one of you has been following along with this story. But at the same time, I'm going to try and address the ignorance of those two people that call themselves the Minister of Police and his Vice Minister. Well, I'm going to say, Mr. Minister of Police, how can you stand there and say this is not a xenophobia, this is a criminality when they are burning other African country alive, your citizen, yeah? And police were standing right there doing nothing. Well, we know where they came from. And the vice president, who is speaking in anger, saying that the foreigners are taking our land, the foreigners are taking our land, they are they are taking over. They are taking over. Why are you so insecure, Mr. Man? Why are you complaining? And more so, why are you referring to other African as a foreigner? No African is a foreigner in an African country. I don't get it. You people doesn't get your priority right at all. And to address you based on they are taking over 80% of your, don't forget that 85% of your population wealth is owned by the white supremacists. Yes, and they consist of 8.7%. Mr. Man, do the calculation. No African country is a foreigner, and none of them is taking 80% of your population wealth. You have issue at your hand, deal with it. Stop spreading your insecurity over other African countries that are meant to be your brother and your sisters. And never forget that Nigerians spent over 60 billion during the apartheid to save that South African out of the pit they dug themselves in. Anyway, I'm not surprised because you don't really know what you're talking about and you need to educate yourself based on that. And more so, don't forget that South Africa has a lot of businesses in Nigeria. They are building a lot of wealth, generational wealth in Nigeria through their MTN, through the STV, through ShopRite, through Big Brother Nigeria, because it used to be Big Brother Africa. Now it became Big Brother Nigeria because it is Nigerians that vote. It is Nigerians that pump their money into it. See, you guys are laughing to the bank. Why are you complaining? Why is it a problem whenever Nigerians are doing well? I'm going to address this because it comes from your insecurity. I remember when Nigeria won over South Africa in a football match, and one of their celebrity was complaining how Nigerians are this and Nigerians are that. When they call him out on his BS, he changed it. He said, "Oh, I like Nigerians. I do this." It's just typical of people that doesn't like you. Then when you call them out on their BS, they change their whole story. Anyway, let me not deviate into another story. I'm going to just basically say all this old thing is caused mainly by our government. Like you heard Showore said, how can a president come out in the open and condemn his youth, saying that they are lazy youth, when a lot of them are busting their ass, a lot of them are on the streets hawking just to make ends meet. If there is job opportunities in Nigeria, I know that a lot of Nigeria are going to stay home. They're going to find job there. They're going to get okay. But Nigerian government are folding their hands because all they care about is their post. And with all this xenophobic attack going on, it took them like maybe 24 hours or 36 hours to actually take a step and actually do something. It's been going on forever and they didn't say nothing until it got out of hand, and now they are speaking up because when they first started talking about it, is about we will. Note, it's not just we will. Go into action, spring into action. Let's see what you can do. If you withdraw a lot of things from these people, then they will know that we are serious about it. Close down their embassy, close MTN, all of these businesses, severe ties with them, then they will know that we are serious. All the capitalists that are bringing businesses to Nigeria, they will feel it. Their boss is going to feel it. Then they will know that Nigerians are actually serious, because I don't know where the hatred is coming from. A black on black crime. This is terrible. This is ridiculous. And I'm just going to leave it at that. And you guys, I don't want to make a long video anymore. I'm still trying to build the channel, and I appreciate each and every one of you that watch, that listen to my podcast, and I will try as much as possible to upload a lot of videos. Might not be directly me speaking, but people that are actually talking truth about this whole story going on. I really appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thanks for listening, and I will see you in my next video. You will listen to me in my next video. Anyway, bye guys. And don't forget, if you like this video, share it, thumbs up, and don't forget to tell someone, to tell someone, and tell someone, and tell someone about this channel. We are growing, guys. See you next time. Bye.